Alabama head coach Sarah Patterson. And coach, a little slow starting this one off.
Well, I think anytime you're in the SEC, you cannot afford to have mistakes. And on our first event, we made an uncharacteristic mistake. Our freshman going up second made a mistake, and then we followed that with Kayla Hoffman. So we just have to dig ourselves out of this hole. And you know, anytime you're the #1 team in the country, everyone has you as their target. And the LSU team has come out on fire, and you got to give them credit. So we got to go to floor exercise and do a better job.
The next event on the vault seemed a little bit better. What did you tell your girls in between the two?
Well, I told them that, you know, ladies, if this was the first night of the national championship and we counted a mistake, are we going to give up, or are we going to fight hard so that we could move on to the Super Six? You always try and use it as an advantage to motivate your team, to help them prepare for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Well, Sarah Patterson rallying her troops because she knows that's what it takes to be a national championship team.
LSU now on the beam. Shelby Prunty lead off.
Well, Melissa, this is the event that always makes or breaks every competition. They have 6 in the lineup. They have to count 5 scores. And to be honest with you, when the pressure's on, that's when you see those errors happening, and that can really make a difference in the standings at the end.
And remember, Coach Dee Burrow said she wanted to see consistency. So far, she's gotten that from this LSU team.
Shelby had a couple bobbles throughout this routine. Being the leadoff, it's so important that you put up a consistent person, somebody you know that's going to get your team off to the right start on this event. Beautiful leap pass here. Switch leap to a sheep jump. Gets ready for the dismount. Cartwheel gainer full off the side. Good start, not a great routine, but a solid start for LSU.
Solid enough, 9.725.
Let's take another look here at the dismount. She actually gainers off the side. Beautiful layout full. And a solid landing.
Now Alabama on the floor. Exercise, it's Erika Pearson.
Alabama's a team that you love to watch on the floor. See a lot of great tumbling and, more importantly, great performance.
Talking to the girls earlier in the week, they all said the same thing. This is a chance to really have the personality shine through, and you're seeing it right now.
That's right. This is my favorite event for that reason. Really getting to go out here and get the crowd into your routine. Very nice leap pass. You'll see every gymnast perform 3 tumbling passes, of course. Leap passes and turns. Also combinations, trying to earn tenths back for their start values. She gets ready for that second tumbling pass. Nice front layout, front layout. Every routine is about 1:30, and it doesn't seem like a long routine, but man, does this event take a lot of endurance as they prepare for the last pass, and a lot of these athletes perform very difficult third tumbling passes.
And you're talking about Alabama trying to do it on the road in a hostile environment that is LSU.
Finishing the routine out with a whip half front full, very nice.
And they're all liking what they saw there, I think. 9.775 there for Pearson.
Let's take another look at her last tumbling pass. She has a whip half right to a front full. Great height, clean landing.
Sabrina Franceschelli now on the beam for the Tigers.
Sometimes when I watch this event, even though I competed on it for 18 years, I can't believe that it's only 4 inches wide.
It doesn't seem that small from here.
Well, in the way they tumble on it, it makes it seem like they're on the floor. Especially in the flight series right here, the tumbling pass. 2 back handsprings to a layout step out. Little balance check there. Nice full turn. Very difficult punch front. See a lot of the gymnasts at this level performing forwards and side skills. They're very difficult to nail.
Didi Bro very pumped up on the side watching her perform this difficult routine.
Well, a very difficult dismount, round off double back. You really don't see too many college gymnasts perform that dismount because it is so difficult. She starts it with a round off, comes off the beam, completes 2 flips, and a perfect landing. Very nice routine.
Reflected in the score, 9.80. Kassi Price now for Alabama on the floor. She told me earlier this week she really has come into herself during her time at Alabama, learned not to be so hard or critical on herself, and says the floor exercise, as we mentioned, allows her to show her personality and it's become her favorite over the years.
Well, she starts with a difficult first pass, front through to double pike. You know, a lot of these athletes have come from high-level programs, competing level 10 or elite gymnastics, and you know, it's so intense and we train to be so perfect that coming to college, they really get to get out there and just enjoy the sport of gymnastics and have a good time.
And at places like Alabama and LSU in front of a full house.
That's right. Comes back with a beautiful double tuck, great landing. Very nice leap pass. It's usually the most difficult part of the floor routine for a lot of these gymnasts is completing the leap pass and getting full credit for a lot of those skills.
What I like about Kassi is you can see in her face, she's really mind, body, soul, everything into this routine.
Well, and it just goes right with the music. She has a very sense of confidence, a little bit of attitude.
That's what you could say about a lot of girls on this Alabama team. Number 1 team in the country. They're pretty confident about what they can do.
Finishing the routine out with a beautiful 2.5. Another great routine.
That's a 9.825 for Kassi Price.
Let's take another look at her first tumbling pass. She does a front through, right to a double pike, pulls it around, beautiful landing.
Gloria Johnson now for LSU scored a season best 9.775 on the beam against Auburn earlier this season.
Well, LSU definitely has some momentum going. They've hit 2 routines. Starts right off with a round off layout step out. Very difficult series. Another sheep jump. You know, once you get a little momentum on this event, the confidence really starts to build. You get a couple routines under your belt, you only have 2 more that you need to hit. Really makes a big difference, and so far this has been a beautiful routine, very solid.
Confidence is something this team, the girls mentioned to me, that has been lacking over the past few meets, especially last week against Florida.
Well, and a lack of confidence definitely shows up on this event. There's no room to hold back. You really need to be aggressive and do exactly what you practice.
The comforts of home, the home advantage.
Getting ready for the dismount, round off double full. Little step there on the landing, but a beautiful routine.
Another 9.80 for LSU.
Take another look at our flight series. Very difficult round off layout, step out. Not even a balance check.
Marissa Gutierrez now made her floor exercise debut against Georgia, scored a 9.80 there.
Well, she's a really fun routine and most importantly, some very powerful tumbling. She opens here with a huge double tuck and a perfect landing. She actually comes right back with her second tumbling pass. Forming a front full, front layout. See that smile on her face, performing right in front of all of her teammates.
It's hard, even if you're an LSU fan, to not enjoy this.
Well, this is the best event to watch when you come to a college gymnastics meet. They really get into their floor routines. The music's fun, the tumbling's great, and quite often you see their teammates on the sidelines even doing parts of their routine because they're so fun.
Or clapping and dancing, and yeah.
It's always fun for me when I see the judges smiling, really sitting back and actually getting entertained by the floor routine. Comes that last pass, you can see her take a deep breath, performing a very difficult double pike, perfect landing. That's the kind of routine you quite often see from Alabama. You're used to seeing those scores go up to the 9.85, 9.9 range.
We'll see if the judges were entertained, as you mentioned.
Let's take another look at some of those impressive passes. This is her last tumbling pass. She finishes this routine with a very difficult double pike. Not only gets great height, but most importantly, she nails that landing.
9.90 for Gutierrez. It's a close one here. We'll be right back.